I'm not someone that does a million different takes and then splits it up, because I'm not trying to then auto-tune and compress the shit out of it. That's how you can like smooth over the fact that it's different takes, is by just processing it really heavily. Whereas I'm like minimal processing as much as I can. It's just about the performance. Yeah, I think a lot of people work around the lead vocal. The lead vocal was the very, very last thing I did. I used a really, really nice mic, which is like a really nice tube mic. It's got a lot of saturation. It feels very like, it feels like it pushes you forward in the mix. The lead vocal was the very, very last thing I did. I used a really, really nice mic. I used this Telefunken Ela 2M, I think it was called, which is like a really nice tube mic. It's got a lot of saturation. It feels very like, it feels like it pushes you forward in the mix. And yeah.
And did you record the backing vocals on the same one, or do you record those differently?
I recorded those on it'll come to me. It's like a bi-directional ribbon microphone that I've got. They're called 430s. I'm not very good at remembering what things are called. I just sort of gravitate towards a thing and I'm like, yep, that's the one. I'm not like someone that's like, oh yeah, but have you tried the Mark II? It's like,
yeah, sure.
It's not my kind of thing.
And so if you record the backing vocals first on this track, so do you know how many voices you want? You know, are you thinking, right, it's a 3-piece? No, that's they're going to come in and join me, and then I'm going to sing.
I literally do it. Like I will write down on like sheet music. I will arrange it fully, and it's almost like I could give that piece of music to other people to perform there and then, but it's actually just me.
I'm really interested in that you laid down those backing vocals before you did the lead. You know, that in our minds, I think maybe we have the opposite notion that that's not how it would be done, because maybe when we're listening to the song, we think of a performance, and if we were to see you on stage, we'd be watching you as the lead performer and following that. But because of the way you work and think, you've got it all mapped out. You know exactly where and when and how, and you're striving to make sure that that happens exactly as you want it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people work around the lead vocal, and it's like, oh, we're building a track around this. But for me, when I'm recording all the other things, the lead vocal is already, it's in my head. I can hold that in my head and like know exactly what's happening. And even if I've only recorded like 1 or 2 instruments, I can hear the full band as I'm doing it. It's like, it's very much part of the imagination, which for me feels like very normal. But I know for other people, even sometimes people that I work with, it's quite strange for them, because they'll be like, oh, have you finished that? And I'm like, well, I finished it in my head. I just haven't recorded it yet, but in my head, it's all done. And then like, well, can I hear it? And I was like, well, no, because it's in my head. And it's just the way that I work. It's all very much about my internal world.
Yeah. This episode is being supported by Tape It, the iPhone app made specifically for musicians. If you, like many of our guests, use voice memos, then switching to Tape It is an obvious choice. And now, Tape It has layering. This means you can record over your voice notes, try out top lines, stack harmonies, build up instruments, jam with yourself, and so much more. Layering is such an exciting addition to Tape It's long list of features to help you stay creative and organised, including the ability to record straight from your lock screen, set markers, add notes, and add photos of settings. You can easily import your old voice notes, sync to the cloud, and create shared playlists with co-writers and bandmates. So, head to the link below to install Tape It and use the promo code TAPENOTES to receive a whopping 20% off Tape It Pro. And now, back to the episode. And when you record your vocals, how many takes do you do? I mean, that includes both lead and the backing vocals. I mean,
backing vocals is usually just 1 per line, but things are doubled. I want things to feel real. The lead vocal, I might do a couple times, like maybe 2 or 3 times. I'm not someone that does a million different takes and then splits it up so that every syllable of every word is like a different take to get the best thing, like you would in like pop kind of production. I don't do that because I'm not trying to then auto-tune and compress the shit out of it. Like if you, that's how you can like smooth over the fact that it's different takes is by just processing it really heavily. Whereas I'm like minimal processing as much as I can. It's just about the performance, like being a singer and having mastery over my instrument, I think is more important to me, like the performance and being able to deliver something all the way through, because I'm acting as well. Like I'm delivering something emotionally as well as musically. So I want to be able to preserve that as much as possible. I might have a final take that's like maybe verse 1 is take 1 and maybe verse 2 is take 2. Maybe that'd be about as much as I would chop up.
Yeah.
I like to preserve stuff as much as I can. And I think I really like the way that the lead vocals sound on this, actually, because I usually just have like one lead vocal, but I'm actually doubling this one. And I've driven them quite a lot with the compression. It's like a lot of saturation on it. But then I've soaked them in quite a lot of reverb, but because it's doubled and I've got this like quite wide vibrato, which I am matching as much as I possibly can in terms of like the width and the pace of the vibrato, but it's never going to be exactly the same. So it has an almost chorus kind of effect. What if I stayed? Like you can hear that I am matching the vibrato as much as is humanly possible. So how can I go? But it's always going to have this slightly chorusy. I really like it.
And when you're do you sing with those effects on?
No.
So that's all added afterwards.
Yeah, I don't even record the vocals with headphones fully on.
Right.
I'll have it just barely over my ear so I can just make sure I'm in time.
Yeah.
But I want to be able to hear myself in the room.
Yeah.